The fight for the top spot in the MVL is still close. Right in the thick of it are the Philo Electrics. Tonight, Philo traveled to John Glenn to face the Little Muskies. And our Megan Stamper was there. How did the Electrics fare tonight, Megan?
You know, Danny, the Philo offense has been electric this season, averaging 36.5 points per game. They scored 55 points last week in their matchup against Riverview, and they picked up right where they left off tonight against the Little Muskies. And it was a beautiful night out at Muskingum University for the Little Muskies homecoming game, but the Electrics wasted no time raining on John Glenn's parade. On John Glenn's first drive of the game, quarterback Matt Stewart dropped back, looking to pass for Reese Perkins, but the ball bounced off of his hands into the defender Cole Cox's hands, giving Philo the ball deep in John Glenn territory. 2 plays into that possession, quarterback Nate Baker keeps it himself and runs it in from 7 yards out to give the Electrics the early 7-0 lead. And another Muskie possession and another punt. Philo got the ball back again and marched straight down the field. And there's Dylan Tweedy with a 9-yard gain for the first down. Bring it to the red zone, which sets up the next play. Baker decides to keep it himself again from the 1-yard line. The extra point was good, and Philo went up 14-0 still in the first quarter. And John Glenn had trouble getting anything going on offense all night, but Matt Leonard led the way on the ground for the Little Muskies, and here he has an 11-yard run, but nothing came from that drive. And later on in the second quarter, Stewart is looking to go deep and make something happen for the Little Muskies, but instead he finds another Philo defender, and Philo went on to win 35-7.
And so, Megan, it looks like that electric offense, they did come out and perform. So what has allowed Philo's offense just to be so dominant this season?
Well, Danny, Philo has a lot of weapons on offense, but what makes him so explosive is the experience from quarterback Nate Baker. Baker is a 2-year starter for the Electrics, and he makes smart decisions on the fly and can make plays on the ground or through the air. Tonight, we saw him score 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter alone. But what really makes this offense click is the veteran group of talent and experience they have. They have their big, deep threats in wideouts, Jacob Moeller and Colt Moore. And on the ground, they have a dual threat in Dakota Perry and Dylan Tweedy. Tonight, Perry and Tweedy shared the workload almost evenly, with 32 yards for Tweedy and 38 yards and a touchdown for Perry. Baker was the leading rusher tonight, though, with 38 yards and his 2 rushing touchdowns from the first quarter. A big, physical offensive line helps all these weapons click.
We've talked about Philo's offense, but what went wrong with John Glenn's offense tonight?
Well, a big issue for the Little Muskies tonight was not being able to convert on third down. They went 6 for 16 on third downs, and when you do that, you aren't giving your offense many chances to continue drives. They were able to rack up 127 rushing yards, but most of those yards came in the second half when the Electrics were already up by 28 points. After this win today, Philo moves to 4-1 overall and 3-0 in the MVL. All of Philo's big conference games are still to come in the second half of the season, but they have put themselves in a good position heading into those tough games against Sheridan and Tri-Valley later this year.
Well, I'm excited to see those games. Hey, maybe they'll take a shot against Tri-Valley. Thanks a lot, Megan. And homecoming